Hey guys, welcome back to RavenHawkTech. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and enable VMware to be able to be run within Proxmox, doing hypervisor virtualization. All right. First thing you're going to want to do is, depending on if you have an Intel or an AMD CPU, is to enable one of these two commands that I'm going to include down in the down in the description box. One of them being, and for my case, my Intel CPU, is echo options kvm intel nested equals y, and we're going to put that into etc modprobe.d/kvm-intel.config. The AMD one would basically be the same thing, except for instead of kvm intel, it would say kvm AMD. I'm going to include these down in the description. All right, I already have this enabled, so I'm not going to run that again. But you would go ahead and just hit enter. That's basically it. Then you go ahead and restart your box. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sign in to Proxmox. Don't worry about the invalid subscription, especially if you were running Proxmox free. That's just a normal thing that it does. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and create a new VM. So we're going to go here to the your server name, do create VM. Give it a name, which in this case I'm going to call mine VMHO1. You do want to go ahead and make sure it starts at boot if that's your choice. I'm going to leave mine as not because it's in a lab. OS, I'm going to choose the ISO for VMware. And I can go ahead and select here the type of kernel. I can say other, and it's just going to be left alone. Under system, go ahead and leave pretty much everything here alone. Unless you want to go for UEFI or things like that, which I'm not. Under hard drive, we're going to change it from IDE to SATA. Give it a big enough hard drive. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and leave it 32 gigs. That'll leave me no data store, but I can add a data store later, like through iSCSI or just add another drive, things like that. You want to do discard. Couldn't exactly figure out why, but it was told, in the articles that I've checked out and everything, all of them pretty much say that you do want to do that. You also want to go ahead and click SSD emulation. Under the CPU type, you do want to have multiple cores, so I'm going to choose 2 cores for now, and you want to choose the type as being the host CPU. You can leave pretty much everything else here alone except for enabling NUMA. You're going to want to check that box. With 2 gigs of RAM, VMware will not install, so you want to have at least 4 gigs of RAM. Obviously, more for hypervisor, the more RAM the better, the more CPU the better, but you need a minimum of 4 gigs in order to install VMware. Then you're going to go ahead and choose your networking device. I'm going to go ahead and just choose my primary net, which is my VM Bridge 1. And that's pretty much it, except for making sure that it's set to Intel E1000. You want it to be an Intel card. Okay, hit next, finish, let it do its thing, create the VM, give it its name, things like that. All right. We're going to go ahead and power on the VM. Go to console. All right. All right, pretty much from here, it's a standard installation. So I'm going to scan through the available drives. You see here that the drive is now available, 32 gigs. And everything else is pretty straightforward. when you actually put enough characters in your password. Okay, in this case, my computer has a unsupported device. It's a PCI device. I'm not worried. I've already checked it. It does not affect my system to be able to be usable. So hit continue and just let it do the install. All right, so what you're going to want to do from this point is go to hardware, go ahead and edit. Do not use any media. You can then go back to the console and reboot the server. That's it. Everything else functions as you would expect for VMware. You can go in F2, log into your VM host, go in, configure the management network. If you want to use it to do a static address, you can do that, so forth and so on. Everything functions as you would expect it to function. You can also then go into 197, log in, and your VM host is available. Perfectly easy, right? All right, guys, hope to be posting more videos soon. I've been dealing with some back issues and just general health stuff, so my videos will be sporadic at the time. So hopefully I'll get everything taken care of and can get back to making some videos for you guys. All right, thank you very much. Bye.